First on 5. President Obama makes his choice to fill a vacancy on the Supreme Court, touching off controversy, not only about the person he selected, but whether or not the Senate should even consider the nomination. News 5's Peter Albrecht has reaction from Alabama's elected and party leaders on both sides of the political aisle.
This is the greatest honor of my life.
And now Merrick Garland faces the fight of his life, getting confirmed to the Supreme Court by the U.S. Senate.
This is not an ordinary appointment.
Alabama's Richard Shelby sounded the Senate Republican alarm last month in Mobile.
We cannot, in my judgment, let President Obama make an appointment that would tilt the court to the left and the Republican majority in the Senate confirm that. That would be nonsense.
I have fulfilled my constitutional duty. Now it's time for the Senate to do theirs.
But Republicans are arguing that with 10.5 months left in the president's term, the appointment should be made by his successor.
This is a lame duck president. I think this decision should be left to the next president, and I believe that's what the Senate's going to do.
Republicans, though, were on the other side of the lame duck argument 8 years ago, when Democrats were threatening to stop President Bush from making circuit court appointments in his last year. Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions said at the time, quote, "There is no reason for stopping the confirmation of judicial nominees in the second half of a year in which there is a presidential election." The head of Mobile's Democratic Party says the argument doesn't hold water.
Take that argument to the ridiculous end. Every senator on his last year of his 6-year term would not be allowed to introduce legislation, or congressman every 2 years. You know, no, that's not appropriate. The president's president until the last day of his administration.
But the head of the Alabama Republican Party says history is on the side of delaying Senate confirmation.
In the last 80 years, on a presidential election year, there has not been a hearing or confirmation when there was a Supreme Court slot open. So I think that's a pretty good precedent to go on.
Back in 1968, Lyndon Johnson tried to get confirmation hearings for 2 different nominees, but could not get a vote on either. And Male President Nixon was then elected that fall, and he made the nomination that ended up being confirmed.
Well, how often does a nominee get selected and then get rejected?
Well, that's actually really rare. It's only happened 4 times in the last 115 years, the last being Robert Bork, one of Reagan's nominations back in '87.
Okay, and we thank you very much, Pete.